right.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Totally Local. I'm your host, Andrew Topat, and with me always is my wonderful co-host, Leo, who wanted to demote himself, but I said no, he's your co-host.
Well, you're the host, and I'm the co-host.
Okay, I guess that'll work. Whatever. It's a little more responsibility for me, but
Exactly.
I can deal with it.
I'm brushing the responsibility.
Although you're more punctual, I think is the right word.
Well, yeah.
I was running late today.
Yeah. I'm more responsible.
What do you think that, like, what I was thinking about that on the way over here? I'm like, I had something to do. It completely, my brain goes into this foggy area. Like, I'll know I have to do something, and then all of a sudden it's just this void where I'm just floating around in the ether, and I can't think of anything, any responsibilities, and then all of a sudden I snap out of it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go. Like, why is it subconsciously that I'm doing that, and why don't I do it, like, 5 minutes sooner so I'm not late?
I don't know. Do you, like, set alarms for yourself? Like, anything?
I do.
Do you have a calendar that buzzes when it's time to do the next
I don't.
thing?
I should do that more. I should do that a little more. I should have a buzzing sound go off when I have to do stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that what normal, like,
That's what I do.
is that what everybody does?
And everything stops. Like, oh, I gotta go. Like, drop everything,
That's
run
what
to
I
the
felt.
next thing.
I really didn't even have time to have separation anxiety from the dog. I just had to kind of like toss her out onto the porch and close the door.
I'm sure she's fine.
I hope she's okay.
She's been kidnapped.
I mean, I wonder. I'm like, the front door's locked. Somebody sees that little dog. They're like, oh, I could.
Well, you don't have to worry about her anymore.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's all,
It's all.
either it's like that Schrodinger's cat, like it's either dead or alive or Anywho, yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. What have you been up to?
I've been all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
What have you
I've
been-
seen a lot of things.
All good, I hope.
All good. Yeah.
Holiday related?
Holiday related.
Okay.
Yeah. I
right.
spent some time doing some shopping in cities and
Oh, what cities?
New York City.
Oh, totally
and-
not local. I love it.
No, totally not. But I got to spend some time connecting with a lot of our local businesses,
That's good.
doing some holiday shopping as well, and I met some great people. So it's been a fun couple of weeks.
Do you have a set? This is what I imagine, Leo, around the holidays. You have like a set list all written out by like, December 26th for the next year of everyone you're going to get a gift for and just an idea. And then you just attack it like the Terminator. That's what I...
So, I mean, you would think we're Virgos. We're supposed to be like that. I'm almost like that, where I have a note in my phone and all year round when someone says something or I think, oh, that would be a nice gift,
How?
I jot it down.
You are like thoughtful.
Yeah.
What's that like?
Well, I don't like the stress of not being able to figure out what to buy people.
Uh-huh.
And I hate Christmas shopping. So if you're not on my list or if you don't somehow, if I don't have something next to your name, you're getting a gift card for a movie theater.
Ooh, I mean, okay. Movie theater's cool. Like, how do you feel about gift... I was just going to ask you about gift cards.
$50 to a movie theater.
That's
I'm
sgood.
Good. I
Yeah.
love that.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
But I mean, to me, it's like if somebody gives me like an Amazon gift card, and I ain't complaining, Grandma ain't complaining.
Right.
But why not just give me some cold hard cash? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference between what is the cultural what's the reasoning behind? I give you a piece of plastic. That is somehow like respectable.
The only thing I can think of is when you get the card, you can use it online. You can do like things like that, right? So I don't even have to go anywhere. I can just go. I could just go right to my phone and take that little card and buy stuff and have it delivered instead of me, when you give me cash, having to go out. But people love cash.
Yeah, people love cash,
Right.
Cash is good for, bars and drugs.
Right.
And you can't use an Amazon gift card for that. So I guess it really depends on your audience.
I guess maybe you can. I will trade you this Amazon gift card
for some drugs.
for some heroin. Right.
You could try that. I don't know if they'd be down, but maybe.
Right.
Maybe if you gave it like for a discount on the card, obviously. Anywho, so you went shop. Now, if you're traveling around, if you're going to New York, if you're going around the world and buying gifts, then you have to carry them back.
So here's the thing. When, because I prep all year round, I buy all my gifts on Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Wow.
So everything's already been paid. So that money that you are stressing about, because now you have to go buy gifts, I don't have that.
Oh.
So I take that money and I go and buy myself new coats. Oh, this coat's new. New shoes. These shoes are new.
Nice.
So I can't get that on camera. So all of my, there you go. So all of my gift buying these days are for me.
Oh.
Yeah. Everyone else is done.
Oh, so when you said you're going to buy gifts, you're just buying stuff for yourself.
Yes.
Oh, well, that's a little different. You're just going shopping. That's not called buying gifts.
I'm wrapping them.
You're wrapping them for yourself?
So I can open them up Christmas Day.
That's some next level crazy right there.
Well,
but I respect it. I respect
nice
it.
to meet you.
Yeah. So, you went to you went shopping for yourself, but locally, I'm imagining you went to some places and hopefully got some gifts.
Oh man, did I?
What did you get?
So, I wanted to continue my tour of local business, and I'm still this is my last time stuck in Asbury Park.
Okay.
Not to be stuck in; it's a great place to be. But I'm going to branch out for the next time. So I wanted to kind of hit one more time, and I found this great place.
What is it? Where? Oh man, what'd you find?
All right, so there's this place called
Oh boy.
Shelter Home. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they got like hanging plants and things made out of birch, right? Real birchy, little crystals laying around, candles and stuff.
I don't. Well, kind of.
You know what I'm
It's
talking
like I would say it's like an Asbury Park upscale artisty gift shop.
Where is it located?
It's right on Cookman Avenue, across the street from
Like brick wall in that area?
up towards the beginning of the street. So
Okay.
it's at the very top.
Okay.
One of the first stores right by Catsbury Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I've been in there before.
Taka's right there on the corner.
Yeah.
Right.
It's on the other.
But it's
on
right
the other...
across the street. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's a really cool place. When I first walked in, I was a little bit intimidated. There was nobody in there. It was just
nobody in
me. And I went when they first opened.
Uh-huh.
And the stuff looks like don't touch it. You can break it. A little bit like that. So I was a little bit like, But I went up to the front and I asked if I could, take some pictures and walk around.
Uh-huh.
And
Then you broke something.
I didn't. No, I bought a lot of things.
Oh, then they loved you.
Yeah, they were really nice. And so I spent some time talking to the people there. Mike was working at the front. He's great, really nice guy. I sat and talked to him about 20 minutes about how he got his start in this store. And then he told me that there's other stores, that there's Funhouse that just opened up.
Where's that?
Right. And there's a store called Cultivate that just opened up.
Why aren't they like...
So they're branching out and they're creating these little stores.
Are they part of Shelter, like the owners of Shelter Home open
They
these?
are, yeah. And they're right on the boardwalk in Convention Hall. So, of course, after talking with him, I had to pack my bags and throw them in the trunk and drive immediately down there to go check out these other stores.
And they're open too?
They were open too.
I guess because it is the holiday season, so it's different. But usually around this time, it would be tough in Asbury.
Well, they're a little bit themed. They're a little bit different, right? So the ones in Convention Hall are geared toward, Cultivate is geared towards more art and murals, and they're trying to take things that you find around Asbury Park and create art out of it, and it's really, really cool. Great place to buy gifts, and obviously very friendly people who just sat and talked to me as well.
Did you buy anything at that place?
I did not.
Okay.
I only bought something at Shelter, and I bought something at Funhouse.
What was Funhouse? Sounds like it can go a lot of different ways.
It's just like a smaller version. There's some things on our Instagram, so if you go to Totally Local Podcast Instagram, you can check out some images from the store.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
What were some of your...
I think.
What were some of your purchases?
If they're not there, they will be there in the next hour.
Okay, good.
All right.
What were some of the things you got?
I got some really cool candles. They were all half price, and I bought some weird dolls.
Now we're getting strange.
Right. Well, so they have these
weird life-size
really cool
dolls.
No, they're not. They're maybe the size of your thumb.
Okay.
And they had to have 100 of them. And all different colors. It was so interesting just to look at. And so I thought it was cool, somewhat creepy.
And that's where your taste lies.
Right, so
Somewhere
I had
between cool
to
and
get
creepy.
one. And then they have lots of things from around the house. So interesting, things that you can mix stuff and spatula type things and shakers and
Yeah.
all types of mugs with Asbury Park stuff on it.
How'd
T-shirts.
that pie go you were working on?
Which pie?
You gave me that sweet potato pie, and
I
it's
d-
like it was so good. It was so good. And you gave me like the leftover. Like you had the leftover ingredients, so the pie wasn't like as I guess tall as the pie. The pie filling could have been anyway. It was delicious.
You're right.
And then you were working. We were over there one night, and you were working on some like cookie crust crazy pie. Did that one turn out good?
Oh my gosh. So, I wasn't really thinking about doing pies this year, but I was, the request came through and people wanted me to make a couple of pies, so I went ahead and did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had some leftovers juice, I guess, filling in guts, the guts of a pie, and I made that for you. And it was like a mini. It was not.
It wasn't like a crepe. Like there was definitely
a
filling
little,
to it.
Yeah, not as much as I would have wanted to put in, but
I liked it.
I'm glad that you liked it.
The crust was good too, so I didn't give a shit.
Oh, well, that's good because I was trying something different with that too. I'm using butter flavored lard for my crust.
There you go. That is like unhealthy and delicious.
Well,
right there.
I was also making a pie for our friends
Butter-flavored
Mike
lard?
and Heather in Asbury, and
Shouts.
I don't know how that one came out. I don't know.
Wait,
I
the
think
second one, not the sweet potato. The second one you were working on. You don't know
that
how
second one. Well, that one I ate. I kept it and ate it for myself.
so it came out okay.
Right, it came out as good. But there was one that I was making that had like a cookie. Yeah, you were there, cookie crust, and I crushed it all
I
up.
wanted
and
I wanted it.
That
but
one,
I
I still have another one. It's in my freezer. So next time you come over,
all
we
right,
can
yeah.
have some of that. Yeah.
Although I don't know. I've been told that I did some because I'm getting old. So my wife made me go get random tests. They do certain tests. I don't want to get into the details of how the tests were created, but let's just say there was a blood test and then there was another test.
Okay.
And they looked inside my body.
What did they find?
Well, mostly relatively okay, but there are certain I need to start taking like probiotics and whatnot.
I take that.
There's things in there, bacteria, yeasty kind of things. And I was told I need more kraut in my diet. I need more kombucha, kraut, and kimchi. I guess fermented whatever.
So
to
like
battle.
So more like you need more like guts.
I need my
More
guts
like
back.
germ.
I gotta take my guts back.
Okay. You're gonna take control of your gut.
I have to.
All right.
I have to because it's out of control.
Oh.
Yeah, and they said no more carbs. So like everything's made of carbs.
Right.
Everything good's made of carbs.
Yeah.
Like pie's got carbs, right?
Yeah. I think
Pasta's got carbs.
Yep.
Beer's got carbs. Everything's got carbs.
It's easy to stop drinking.
But
beer.
that's
Just
like-
go to vodka, like a normal.
I don't think vodka probably has carbs too. I think tequila is the only one that like. Anyway, I don't want to go into like hard liquor. That's not gonna help me. I don't think.
It helped me.
So anyway, I don't know how we started talking about my gut, but as far as the shopping goes, you're all set for everybody. You're good.
I'm good, and if there's anybody else that I need to worry about, I'm going to forget them this year.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So you also went to SantaCon.
Oh.
What are you doing over there?
I'm making sure I have the great stuff on the Instagram.
All right. Well, do that.
I can do most.
No,
of
you're not 100% in it right now. I can see.
I'm in it.
I don't.
So I did go to SantaCon. I had a really great experience.
Did you wear an outfit?
I did not. I had on some red ears. If you go to the Instagram Totally Local Podcast, you can see that there's like a picture of just the top of my head and these red these ears that I have. They're even green or so.
Yeah.
And so that was the extent of my.
Well, you're festive.
That was the extent of my costume.
Did it get crazy?
It didn't get crazy. It started really early. People were doing shots at 1:00, and I just felt like old.
Yeah, I would. If I did a shot at 1, I'd be napping by 2.
Yeah. It was rough. I didn't feel great about myself, but fortunately, two of my older friends came down to kind of keep me company. They told everybody I was a reporter, so that was great because everyone was like, "You're with the press," and I got like badges and little things, and so it was pretty cool.
We gotta start letting people know too that like this is an interview. We're supposed to have guests on here,
Right?
And we're gearing up for the new year. We're keeping it pretty light until the new year kicks off. But like we're looking at getting some people. So the people you're talking to, Shelter Home, whoever you're talking to, we got to get them in here to talk.
All right.
I don't know how many people have such a we really have a very flexible schedule. But then again, you're saying nobody. There was one person in Shelter Home. The owner's not there. They should come in here and do an interview.
I think that they would love to do that. I did see that they've been doing a lot of interviews lately, kind of promoting their store. They have 3 now in the area, so I think they definitely do that. I'm gonna put that on me to make happen, and then I want to know what you're gonna put on you to make happen for the next guest or the first guest.
Oh man, I'm gonna reach back out. I have a cadre of this list of like people I've reached out to that all said yes. And then nothing really materialized. So I do have some prospects. I have DeGeorge Realty that wants to come in. We don't know if we're going to talk about real estate or UFOs yet, but it might be one or the other. But I just don't. Why you don't like UFOs?
I definitely want to talk about UFOs.
Oh yeah, we could definitely. I mean, Jesus, we could definitely do that. I've been watching. You get too deep into it. If you go onto Amazon, my Amazon Prime Life has gotten like it's gotten inundated now. Like you watch one thing, and it just switches the whole whatever they recommend for you. So you watch one crop circle documentary, and let me tell you, I don't know what is wrong with the people that believe in UFOs, that are making these films, that love crop circles. Just up your game a little. Can we get some HD? Can we get some new ones in there? Can you interview somebody that like is a little presentable? Like these people are not presentable.
Why does every person who's totally into the crop circles, the UFOs, have to look like they live, in the crop circle?
That they're like in a friggin' like basement somewhere, unless they're out looking at the crop circles. I don't know, but I'm a skeptic. I'm a skeptic. I have seen. I saw a UFO outside my house, and it was pretty crazy. But nobody, there's no proof. There's no proof out there. You know?
I mean, I have proof.
You have proof?
I have seen a UFO with my own eyes.
Where have you seen a UFO?
So at one point I was living in Burlington, New Jersey.
Okay, yeah, there's nothing out there.
No, and I was driving up to South Orange, New Jersey, Seton Hall, where I went to school, and I had just left, and I was on the highway heading up. And there was this spacecraft that flew over the parkway.
Shut your mouth.
And it was so huge and silent. It took up so much space that everyone just started pulling over and freaking out. And then it just was like gone in a blink. And like all of us are pulled over.
Were there lights? Were there lights on it? Was it triangular shape?
It was triangular, huge. Like, I mean, it's all you can see. And then it was just gone. And it had lights. It was completely silent. And it was here, then it was gone.
Wow, mine was not as exciting as yours. But it was up. It was just a light. But it like moved, and then it curved, and then it stopped, and then disappeared. So that shit, that's not like normal pattern. It's not like an air, People are like, oh, a drone. And I'm like, listen, if it was a drone, I would have heard it. There was no sound.
Right.
But, I was talking to Mike DeGeorge over at DeGeorge Realty, and I'm like, I don't know if that's good for your I don't know if we should be talking about UFOs. I don't know if that's good for your real estate business. I'd rather talk about real estate development and construction, and I have a bunch of dumb questions to ask. And B, I mean, I don't know if we want to like really, really go that route as far as talking about the supernatural on the podcast. I guess we could talk about whatever.
I guess.
I mean, it's really not local.
Is it local? Oh, okay. So if you're looking on the screen, the second column, the third one down, that triangular thing, that huge light, that's exactly like what I saw.
Oh, man. Well, that's beautiful.
I mean, it's stunning. It's stunningly beautiful, just like you're seeing a tornado that's about to kill you. It's the last thing that you think is, wow, this is beautiful. And then you're dead.
Well, that's scary though. Over the thing, if you're driving, it's not safe. Anywho,
All right.
so I am working on guests as well.
Okay.
I think we need to get more video, like on the scene video stuff to put on Instagram and Facebook and whatnot. You could follow people,
It's fun. People are actually listening to the show, and then
they're coming back around,
liking pictures
all right.
as we're
good.
talking
Keep doing
about
it then.
So,
What am I, an asshole? Just keep doing it.
This is my contribution to the show. So thanks to everybody that's checking out the Instagram. Now that I know that people are actually starting to follow me, I'm gonna work harder on. I take great pictures and then I don't post them.
Oh well, then this is great. And we have some cards that we're working on to give out, so you can hand them to people and be like, let's be on the show.
Yeah.
Because it's really difficult. Like I said before, I think on the last one we did, me and you were doing a podcast about music, and that's kind of difficult because of the whole copyright and all that BS, which I guess you really don't have to worry about unless you get like a million listeners or whatever.
Which we were close.
We were close. We were about, I think, 999,000 away from, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that was difficult for other reasons, And most importantly, like I'd rather just come into a shared universe podcast studio and just work with Ming because I don't like to. If I have to, I'll do it, but it's a lot of work. And if it's all set up and you can just sit down, it's just so nice. And the second thing is, as far as doing the totally local podcast, which I love doing, but it's hard to get people, to get to them in here to interview. So having you here, we could do it. We could talk about local events and stuff. And then when people can make it in, I'm talking to you, Jen Hampton. You keep saying you want to come in here. I want you. There's an empty seat right here. I want her to get in here and get on the show. But there's other people I've talked to as well.
Can't we have someone call in?
I mean, I guess we could do like satellite. Yeah, we could do like video. Like they could have Skypey kind of things going. Yeah, we could do that. But I gotta use my sixth sense. I gotta feel.
Well,
their
I mean,
energy.
again, you don't come prepared. You're not responsible. You wouldn't have a list of questions ready to go
I'm prepared. Oh, go. You didn't even watch the old one. I was prepared. I had questions. I did research. I want to talk to the Catsbury Park people. I'll reach out to Neil again to see if he could put us in touch with them because I'd like to have them on here.
There's some, I've been seeing the Catsbury Park convention.
It's nuts.
It's like happening in February.
We got to get, what we need? We need a little like reporter mic, and then me and you got to go.
Oh, yeah.
And
we have to
get a
we
press
do
pass.
That. And where else we have to go?
Well, where?
We have to go together with a mic, and we have to do something from what's beer con?
Beer Fest?
Beer
I don't know. They have like
Beer
so many
Fest.
beer fests. I didn't know they were doing it.
Well, we got to do Asbury Park's Beer Fest.
Uh-huh.
And then hopefully Red Bank's Beer Fest.
Yeah.
And then Atlantic City's Beer Fest.
All right. Well, I do want to go down to AC. I want to go check out. There's Bill Burr's doing a comedy show in February. I want to go check. I kind of want to make. It would be kind of fun, and maybe this is just me getting older, but I think it'd be really fun to go down there. Make a night of it, and then get a hotel and just stay down there, like party, and then just crash, and then come back in the morning.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's what most people do, right? Like
I guess I don't know. I don't know what people do.
Oh, right. Me neither. Well, let me go talk. Let me tell you a little bit about SantaCon.
Okay.
Do you know that SantaCon, when you're looking around, it's like beautiful 25-year-olds everywhere in like really great outfits, and you just stare there looking at them like, life's gonna get you too one day.
I swear, a picture came up in my Facebook. I think Ralph, Epic Shouts, Ralph, shared it, and it was me and Mike Merrill, Epic Shouts, Mike Merrill, from 4 years ago, DJing at the Yacht Club. I can't believe it's been 4 years since we were rocking out at the Yacht Club, and I remember going out maybe 4 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, and 8 years ago in Asbury Park, it was dead. And when I went and saw Mike maybe a few months ago, I don't remember, it was over the summer at some point, and I went out, there were all these like children in the bar, young girls, I'm just like, what the hell? Who are these people?
Yeah.
And where were they when I was like, I'm locked down now. I'm married, I can't go out. Not that I would really, I don't think I ever hit on people at the bars. I don't think I could. I'm so awkward. But like, where did all these people come from?
I I don't know. Asbury's been, this whole area, this whole
Yeah.
shore area is trendy
Yeah,
now, and
it's
everyone wants
trendy.
to come here.
I miss the whole I haven't DJ'd in a while. I'd like to blame the fact that all of my computers have now exploded. Um, so like my DJ computer exploded. I do have a backup one that's really not that great. But people are like they're playing house music now, which is like, I love house music, and I'm very happy. I'm excited for, Mike Merrill, Foggy Notion, everyone that's DJing out there, that there's cool places to play and there's actual people there. It's not just soccer moms out for like one wild night that want to hear horrible music. So that's good. But at SantaCon, it was all you were just the creepy old guy in a sea of
No, I
young.
mean, I left once the main location started to fill up. I started to kind of hit other areas, and they had
The
a couple
dark,
of
seedy corners of
yeah
Asbury Park.
yeah they had a couple of bars to go to that were participating in SantaCon. So I grabbed my friends, and we went to all of these bars, and I'll tell you. It wasn't once we left the main spot. There was just not, it was just people in Santa outfits.
But
Hanging.
what is the? I don't understand the point of SantaCon. Like, what are people? Are they?
They're just dressed up like Santa or elves
why?
or Christmas trees, and there's drink specials.
I feel like I'm a foreigner sometimes, where people are doing stuff, and I'm like, why are you doing this? I don't understand.
I think it's just to get a reason to party on a Saturday
Okay.
early.
All right,
Because
maybe that's
they
why I
were
don't
out
get
there
it.
early. But so I'll tell you, I met some really great people. And I always say that Asbury has one of the the nicest groups of people around. It started at the Asbury Ale House. That's where it kind of kicked off, and we spent the first couple of hours. It was great. They had a Santa Claus. They had people playing music. I think you'll see that on the Instagram.
How many hours? Like, what time did you start, and what time did you end SantaConning?
I started at 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended at 7 p.m. I was at Asbury Ale House for about 2 hours.
Were you like lit up by the end?
No, I was really pacing myself,
Oh,
and
that's
I was
good.
drinking a water in between.
Oh wow, so
I was doing,
responsible.
see, I'm the responsible one. And then I went to Cross and Orange, who were also participating in SantaCon.
How they doing down there?
It was like nobody there
That place
except
is like-
me with ears on.
Were there other people there that just weren't all sanded up, or what?
Oh yeah, there were other people there who obviously had no interest in doing anything with SantaCon. But I met Grace, who works there. Talked to her for a little bit about what it's like, working SantaCon and working at Cross and Orange. And she just had nothing but great things to say. She really enjoys her time. So I want to thank her for being nice, getting me a nice little seat right up at the front.
Oh.
And it was okay. I had some food. Food was good. I have nothing bad to say about Cross and Orange, except I just wish maybe we could have had some more people there,
It's
or maybe
the last.
promoted more.
It's the last. For whatever reason, it's like the last spot that fills up in Asbury Park.
Well, I'll tell you that the next place I went to was the Yacht Club.
Okay.
So the Yacht Club in Asbury Park, really good food. Great bar, friendly people, like I say all the time. But this is when I started seeing that. At this point, it's about 5 o'clock, and I'm noticing, okay, yeah, people are hammered. So the girl next to me is like tapping my shoulder, and she's like, "Come on, let's play a game."
What kind of game
And
did
I'm
you want
like,
to play?
"All right, for the show."
Perfect.
So we start playing Hangman. I don't
Hangman.
know, yeah. And so my friends, her friends, and everybody just was in the mood that if they saw you with the Santa thing on, you get to a certain point of drunkenness where you just want to hang out and be friendly to everybody else.
That's
So
nice.
all in all, a great time. But I will say this: the last spot on the paper was the lanes.
Oh, did you go in?
No.
Why not?
Not because I did not want to go inside.
Yeah.
Because at the point where I got there, it was probably about 5:20.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they were going to be participating in SantaCon until 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with the lanes. And I'm sorry to everybody who may love it.
It's a very contentious venue.
I have tried to go there 3 times now and never been able to get in.
Is it too long? Was the line too long?
No, they're just not open.
They weren't open?
So how are you participating in SantaCon?
If you're not even open.
It's the furthest place of the list of places that you have to go. Like, I'm walking from Cookman all the way down the boardwalk, all the way to
Can't believe you did that
the
walk.
lanes, and it's freezing, and they are not open.
What happened?
They said they decided to close early. They wanted to practice for a band that was performing that night, and I went off on them because I was freezing cold.
Yeah, like why can't the band practice and then you just go in? What's the big deal?
And so I actually started following them.
Uh-huh.
And now it's becoming this crazy thing where I'm like, I'm going to just start showing up when they say they're open to see if they're actually open, because every time I go, 3 times now, they said they're open, I cannot get into the lanes.
Well, I'll tell you when I'm going to be there. Mike Gordon from the epic band Fish is playing there in March at some point.
Really?
I think. Yes.
How did you get tickets to that?
Because, it's so funny. I'm usually just the last to the party, last to know, like fear of missing out, and I miss out. But I actually, as soon as I saw the tickets were on sale, I'm like, this is going to sell out.
Right.
So I got the tickets immediately. I'm assuming Heather and Mike and everybody got tickets for that show. Are you going to go?
I'm not going.
Why aren't you going to go?
Because because I just don't want to.
Hey, shut up. What are you doing?
I'm not doing. I've decided to go to one show over the next 3 months, and that is going to be all that I do.
Why?
Because I want to go to a show that I really want to go to. And usually I go to shows that everybody else really wants to go to, and I go for the fun, and I'm just like...
Let me guess. Foo Fighters or Coldplay? Which show are you going to?
Let me tell you something. They're doing...
They're doing a double header.
They're doing a, 5-header.
Oh, wow.
On New Year's Eve,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stay in town,
Mm-hmm.
keeping it local.
Uh-huh, totally.
And I'll put the flyer for this event for anybody who's looking for something to do. I think this is really cool. They're going to have a show, and it's going to be a cover show, a 90s cover show at...
I see.
Yeah.
I see now. Is it at Convention Hall?
No. It is at the Stone Pony. It's called Another 90s New Year's Eve. Now listen to the band and what they're going to do. So it's Levy and the Oaks as Oasis.
Okay.
Black Suburbia Music Group as
Mm-hmm.
Wu-Tang Clan.
I can't believe it, but continue.
Avery Rose and the Thorns, as Lauryn Hill.
Okay, I mean, is this like a band covering hip-hop music?
It's just bands covering things that were popular in the 90s. Avery Mandeville as Neutral Milk Hotel.
Okay, now it's just stretching outside of what 90s
but
is known for.
now listen to the 2 closers and tell me if they're not me, totally me.
Oh, boy.
Dentist
They're cool.
as the Cranberries.
All right, there you go. Playing for Leo.
Natalie Farrell
Uh-huh.
as Alanis Morissette.
Perfect.
I'm done.
Perfect. There you go.
I don't have to do any... That's it.
No, that's it. That's good. Oh man, I saw Remember Jones when they covered Jagged Little Pill. Did you go to? You didn't go to that show.
I did not.
It was awesome. They were so good. And I've spoke to Anthony at least a handful of times to get him on here.
I spoke to him too. He said he was ready to do it.
You know what? He's a smooth talker, that one.
And you know what? We work out at the same time at the same gym.
Shut up.
Yeah.
All
I see
right.
him
Well
all the
then,
time.
did you tell him that you're doing this podcast now?
No.
Well, tell him you're doing the podcast now, and Andrew wants to get him on there because I've talked to him a couple times, and he's like, oh, it'll slow down, and I'm like, honestly, I'm not even blowing smoke, but I really don't think it's going to slow down for them. I think they're going to get more and more successful,
Right.
and then they're not going to want to do a little rinky-dink podcast.
No, he'll always support where he came from.
Well, you'd like to think so, but I'd like to get him before his schedule gets crazy, especially in this.
I will book him this week for the show.
All right. Do you have his phone number, his email? All right.
I have all of his information.
All right, that's great. I remember when I first asked. I think I asked Whoopi or Heather. I can't remember. I was just like, "Hey, do you guys know like Anthony? Do you know him?" And they're like, "Dude, we know him. We've known him for a very long." I'm like, "All right, well, great. I would really like to, get him on the podcast."
Oh, I would love to.
I
would love to.
That would be next level.
That would be something I would prepare for.
See,
I have great questions.
There you go.
We play games.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I am actively pursuing and networking and getting stuff out there. But, as far as you only going to one show in the next 3 months, I think that that's not a good idea. And I think especially if Mike Gordon is right down the road from you.
Well, you go to that one and you report on that show.
I think you're going to go too.
I'll go to another New Year's Eve at Stone Pony, and I'll report on it.
I may have an extra ticket for you, so you might have to go to that one.
This is how it happens. This is how I end up going to these.
Because somebody's like, we want you to go so
go.
bad.
We have an extra ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm always boring. I'm just like, no.
I mean, you're my favorite one at those shows.
Okay.
There's
certain because I dance too crazy.
You dance crazy, but you kind of like keep it. You keep it. There's a modicum of respect for the ones around you.
Well,
You're not like yelling in my ear or completely bored. You entertain yourself. So epic shouts to you for doing that. And I think it would be a fun show. And I couldn't see any others. They're having a New Year's show, and I looked it up, and I'm like, I have no idea who this band is. And I looked them up, and I'm like, they seem kind of like. I don't want to say sad rock, but they don't seem like a New Year's Eve band. Like the show you're going to, it seems like it could be pretty, exciting.
Who knows? It's gonna either be horrible or it's gonna be the best shows ever.
Oh man! Well, the when we saw the cover bands at Convention Hall for Halloween, that was great, and it really made me change my attitude towards Halloween. We got dressed up this year, and I think that from now on, I think I want to get suited up for Halloween.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I did see you, I believe, was it Halloween night?
I think so.
Yeah.
Where were we?
I think you stopped by my place, and I was knocked out. But at one point, I saw your wife.
Oh, yeah, you didn't recognize her.
No, right. I went to the bathroom in the middle. It was maybe like 1 a.m, and I get up, I go to the bathroom, and as I open up the bathroom door to go back into my room, your wife is standing in the hallway just looking at me. And I'm just looking at her, and I'm just like, hey, well, have fun. And I go in my room and close the door because I had never seen her before.
We were dressed in goth.
Yeah.
We were goth. And you know what? We really liked it. We both really loved it.
That was
fun.
So
I don't know if we're going back from that point.
You just do that every year.
I really like, the holidays are coming. They're just so, they're here. It's like, when is Christmas? It's like a week away?
Less than, I think.
So I've just been kind of stressed out about that and grown-up problems. I said this last year. I'm like, I'm going to pay my property taxes like an adult every quarter. And, of course, I didn't do it. I had to pay all of my taxes today. And it's like the saddest thing. So I've just been kind of focused and fixated on, like, scrambling to figure all that nonsense out. And being an adult is I don't want to say it's not fun because I can eat candy whenever I want. And I could stay up as late as I want.
You can get a dog if you want to.
Yeah. If I want a dog, I get a dog. But on the flip of that is I have to pay property taxes. Yeah. Which is, and then I'm that old guy that's complaining they're raising them every year. And they send you out an estimate. I don't know how exciting this is, but they send you out like an estimate for the value of your home and then the estimated taxes for the coming year. And they're like, you could contest this. And I'm like, I'm an adult, but I'm not that much of an adult. Like, where am I going to show up to the court and be like, how dare you? I have no idea what they're basing it on.
Right. Well, I'm sure most people probably don't.
We need to, I want a wish list, too, for 2019. I want to get a psychologist in here. I want to get a police person in here. Ooh. I want to get a, some kind of real estate lawyer. I'd like to get an attorney in here for a bunch of different stuff. But, this might not sound exciting to most people. Obviously having, what's his name? Anthony D'Amato from Remember Jones. That's going to be great. That's entertaining. People will love that.
Right.
But I want to get some practical answers out of people. So I want to get people on here that, local, obviously business owners, of course. But then like other people that do other types of, doctor-y, attorney-y kind of things,
right. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, we're doing it. These are the first steps on a road to a wonderful and meaningful podcast. We're really turning the ship around, I think.
And if anybody, from the sound of listening within the sound of my voice has any ideas of people that they know who would like to talk or, some people that we would like to should talk to.
Karate teachers. A nun. Oh, come on. No?
No.
You don't want to get a karate guy in here? I
have a nun costume. I could just wear it in.
That would be fine. Yeah. That would be great.
And you can just talk to me.
You and Ming were talking about bartenders before before I came in here. Are you thinking about
I'm thinking about.
pursuing your dream job of being a bartender?
I think I might want to take a class. I hear they're not so expensive, and I know nothing about bartending.
Well, the first step, if you really want to become the best bartender you can be, there's a great epic film called Cocktail. Have you seen Cocktail?
He's reading your mind. We're on it.
It is the queen. If you didn't want to be a bartender, you have to watch this because then you'll want to be a bartender.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh my God,
That'll
the
be my
best.
homework. We'll talk. It'll be perfect, right in time for the new year and drinking. I'll watch this movie and
It
report
is.
back on.
You know what? I watched, and I know this again. It's totally local, whatever. But I watched the latest Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movie, and I don't care what. Scientology doesn't bother me a bit. As long as they don't bother me, I don't bother them. That's fine. Whatever Tom Cruise is about, he's making some great movies, and he looks fantastic.
Yeah.
He is built to act.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. He's crazy, but.
Well, yeah. How could you not be in those situations with all he has to put up with? But however he does it, he's dedicated and driven. So
yeah.
I got much respect for Tom Cruise. Maybe we'll get Tom Cruise on the podcast eventually.
He can jump on our couch.
Exactly. But yes, watch Cocktail and then go get a job.
And the other thing I want to do is take a bartending class.
I mean, how much does it cost to?
It's like $40. So I'm going to try to do that before our next episode.
Man, you'd be a great bartender.
And so I can talk all about what that was like before the new year. Drinks and bartending and Cocktail the movie.
Leo handles like the spectrum of what you'd have to deal with, from like happy people, handles them great. And then if you ever seen Leo handle somebody that's not in a good mood, it is like it's like that tornado you were talking about before. It is amazing to watch and a little frightening. So, I think you would be a great bartender.
I think I'd be great.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think on that note, everyone out there, go watch Cocktail and report back to us. If you have any ideas for, ideas of topics or people that we should interview, or you yourself want to be on here, as long as you're not, boring as shit, then you can come on here and experience the wonder of Totally Local. Although Leo said it doesn't matter if people aren't good, because then we'll have the best of the worst at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So even if you are horrible, maybe you can come on too. I want to thank my co-host, as always, Leo. Thank you for being available to do this.
Anytime.
You're an indispensable part of Totally Local now, and we're only growing. It's only getting better with the new year coming in. And I'd like to thank Ming and a Shared Universe podcast studio for having us. I am, of course, Andrew Tophat, and I will speak to you next time on Totally Local podcast. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.